The Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers and Mike Tomlin were riding high into the playoffs, coming off that big victory in the fourth quarter against the Baltimore Ravens. They got there by that missed field goal by the Baltimore Ravens rookie kicker, which resulted in Harbaugh losing his job as the Ravens head coach. And now, after a disastrous wild card defeat on Monday Night Football against the Houston Texans, everyone's asking, is this it? Not only for Aaron Rodgers, but also for head coach Mike Tomlin. This game, although the final score is 30-6, that is really not indicative. If you didn't watch the game, it's not indicative of the way that the game went. You know, all the way into the fourth quarter, I believe it was 10-6. Now, it was a struggle. Pittsburgh could do nothing offensively, basically all game long. Rodgers got sacked several times. He was getting hammered back there. He looked, he's 41 or 42, whatever he is. He looked about 50 or 55 on some of these plays. And, this Pittsburgh Steelers offense, in my opinion, has looked rather lame all season long. Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw many balls further than 5 yards from the line of scrimmage. He gets the ball out very quickly. And, that can help against some teams, but against this Houston Texans defense, despite the fact that he was getting them out quick, the coverage was there. The pressure was there. They just dominated. And it was 2 defensive touchdowns off Aaron Rodgers' turnovers that broke this game open to the score that you currently see. C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans offense didn't particularly look that great either. Again, it was 10-6 in the fourth quarter before we had a couple big plays. And obviously, one of the things that's going to be talked about in the aftermath is Aaron Rodgers. Is this the end for Aaron Rodgers? And it certainly feels like it should be the end. If it is the end, in all likelihood it is the end, a rough way to go out in your final game. Not only in about 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, you have this play. Again, competitive game, 10-6, and then this happens.
3rd down and 12. Rodgers, time runs out.
Just smashes Aaron Rodgers, who lays on the ground for a long time after this, but the ball is loose, and it gets picked up by the big man.
Ball is out. It's picked up by the Texans and Sheldon Rankins.
He runs it in for the scoop and score, but that wasn't it. We also, as desperation time, 24-6. Aaron Rodgers trying to force the ball downfield, which the Steelers just have not been able to do much all year long. And this is what we get.
Let go. There'll be a lot of suitors knocking on his door for that as well.
Here's an interception for good measure.
It does get picked, and the Texans, they are thinking about housing this thing. Aaron Rodgers, the only thing standing in the way from maybe the last attempt of his career being a pick six.
And Rodgers is in his way, trying to make the tackle. Can't
do shit, and that's it. Now, look, for me, Aaron Rodgers, 5 years from the day he decides to retire, he's going to be a Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about that, everything that he's done. I hate Aaron Rodgers. Now, I'm a Bears fan, so of course I hate Aaron Rodgers. This man dominated us for years. I will be glad to see him go. But everything I was hoping for this season with the Steelers would be that they'd miss the playoffs, Aaron Rodgers would have his last fucking season, and Mike Tomlin would end up getting fired as head coach. They made the playoffs, but the Mike Tomlin question still very much present. This is now 7 straight playoff losses for Mike Tomlin. I don't think they've won a playoff game since 2016 or something like that. And, Adam Schefter posts, Steelers have now lost each of their last 7 playoff games dating back to the 2016 AFC Championship game, the longest playoff losing streak in franchise history. None of the last 5 games have been overly competitive as they've lost each by double digits. And, Aaron Rodgers was asked, and Aaron Rodgers, in his press conference, was typical Aaron Rodgers. He didn't say much about himself other than he's got to think about things, but he did go off on anybody who's saying that Mike Tomlin's time should be over. He also went off on people talking about Matt LaFleur, like that he should have been fired, that he needs to be fired, all this stuff. And yes, we get it. It's cranky old Aaron Rodgers. We understand he's had some great press conference moments over the years. But look, for a lot of teams, the idea of having 19 straight seasons without a losing season, like Mike Tomlin has, that is all they might want. But this is the Pittsburgh Steelers. They are used to doing more than just not having losing seasons. They're used to competing for Super Bowls, and that really hasn't happened. It hasn't happened in the Mike Tomlin era. And look, I think, and I talked about a little bit of this on stream a couple days ago and stuff like that, the era of these kind of CEO rah-rah-rah head coaches it feels like it's over in a way. Not to say that people aren't still not going to hire them or things like that, but people are looking for these tacticians. People are looking for these people that have their own creative offenses. People are looking for more than just your kind of CEO, I'm just setting the culture, like kind of head coach. It feels like if you do get that type of head coach, you need to hire like the best young offensive coordinator in the business. You know what I mean? Like you really have to have some bright young people behind you. And that just has not been Tomlin, for the last several years with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It really does feel like this might be that. I don't think the Steelers are going to fire Mike Tomlin, but it does feel like there might be a parting of the ways type of feeling, like it's just run its course and you need some kind of reset. And, ultimately the Texans are moving on. They will be playing the New England Patriots in Foxborough. They just proved they have no problem playing in the cold. This defense was suffocating. This defense was dominating. But that New England Patriots offense is a little bit different than this Pittsburgh Steelers offense this season. It very much seems like we might have seen the last of Aaron Rodgers as a player and of Mike Tomlin as a Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. But time will tell over the next couple days and weeks for Mike Tomlin. And we probably won't officially hear for anything about Aaron Rodgers for months and months. We know how he likes to drag this shit on. But for me, who's been an Aaron Rodgers hater for forever, not because he's not great. He is absolutely great, but he beat the shit out of my team for decades, basically. Because of that, I will be happy if this was the last we saw. The sack, the fumble, the pathetic offensive performance, and of course, the pick six to end it all. What do you guys think? Historic career for Aaron Rodgers, certainly, but went out on a low note last night. Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.